2 weeks ago, I did a concept video on a bunch of operators that you guys decided to create. And yes, one of them was a Diddy operator. I don't know why we did that. That guy needs to get hunted down. Regardless, I told you guys in the comment section to create some more concepts. And let's just say there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds of concepts that you guys actually created. My God, you guys need a life. What the hell? However, there are a bunch of interesting ones. So we picked a few and we're going to review them. I have never seen these before, so we're all gonna learn these operators together. If you guys ever want to partake in these videos, all you gotta do is comment your own operator idea by giving a name, defense or attack, primary weapons, secondary weapons, gadgets, armor and speed, as well as a primary ability. And if you really want to, you can create your own lore. The more lore, the better, okay? We gotta feel in depth. I like when you guys actually have current Rainbow Six Siege operators and create your own backstory. It's pretty sick. Regardless, leave a like on the video as it does take a while to make these videos. I don't know, 2,000 likes. I think we could do that. I'm trying to post these at least 2 times a month, so every 2 weeks. So it gives you guys time to come up with your own concepts. Regardless, let's get right into the first concept. This is from Minty Pinecones. What a interesting name. Name, Akila or Calico Hadi. Born May 12th, 1992, Port Said, Egypt. Age 33. An attacker. Operator role, entry frag, and frontline. Ooh, I forgot they have the filters, as you guys can see right here. You guys should start telling me what kind of role they have, because I always forget that these are filtered now. That's a cool thing. We should start implementing that. You don't have to, but that'd be cool. Armor 1, speed 3. Unique gadget, the Copycat. Cognitive optical persona yielding and camouflage alteration technology. Jesus Christ. Already this is like insane. Is a watch that when used will change the appearance of Calico. Calico will go into a 5-second animation to clone into a defensive operator for 10 seconds. Oh my God. Off rip. This is kind of insane. This is like some imposter type shit. It reminds me of Spy from TF2 already. If you guys know TF2, W. Calico can only disguise into defensive operators that have been scanned. Okay, I like that. So if you don't know an operator, it's a lot less useful. Calico's disguise will make a visual and audible glitch the longer the clone lasts before completely disappearing after 10 seconds. When cloned, she also gets a friendly outline, the white outline you see on teammates. This can be used to deceive enemies, but can also be used against her, basically acting like an old lion scan for the enemies. Dude, this is interesting. I don't know off rip. Off rip, this seems kind of like interesting. I don't know about broken. I guess we gotta get more into it. Calico only has 2 charges a match. I'm assuming a round, not by match. A match would mean the whole game, so I'm assuming round. Pros. Once disguised, Calico will not trigger any defensive traps, mines, gates, mats, etc. Oh. This also makes her not only great for disguise, but for heavy pushes. So it seems like she genuinely takes the role of a defender, because if a defense operator, let's say you're playing as mute, but you walk through a Kapkan door, you're totally fine. That's interesting. It even like outplays the gadgets. That's a very interesting concept. It seems like the knock rework that people were wanting. Cons. Calico keeps all her previous weapons, equipment. Copycat only changes her appearance, nothing else. Her disguise will malfunction in certain anti-gadgets, like mute jammers. Primary is the P10 Roni or the AK-74M. Secondary is the 5.7 USG or the 44 mag semi-auto. Equipment, flash grenades or EMP impact grenades. Okay, let's break this down real quick. First of all, the idea of being able to go through the gadgets, kind of insane. My thing is she able to shoot people, like off rip? Like, is she allowed to shoot while in the disguise? I would assume so. But how would that'd be broken. Like that part would be genuinely broken. I do like the idea of that her weapons don't change, so if you're a defender, a dead giveaway would be the weapon they're holding, but at the same time, if she's already able to shoot you, why would that matter? She's gonna kill you off rip. I'm gonna make the assumption saying that she can kill you while in her disguise, even though that's broken, we can all agree. I do like her primary weapons. P10 Roni on attack seems really ass. I think what would make that fair is if she had the ACOG on P10 Roni. The AK-74M, everyone likes it. It's not a bad weapon. Secondary is the 5.7. Alright, normal pistols. Same with the 44 mag. And solid equipment. Overall, this is kind of a broken operator in my opinion. This shit seems like... It seems something that it would come from like Halo or like, again, TF2 with the spy from TF2. We're gonna get into the lore real quick before I rate. Lore. Akila was born and raised inside a middle-class family in the heart of Port Said, where at birth was supposed to live her life out as a housewife in an arranged marriage. All that changed, however, when at a young age she developed a knack for technology. Fascinated by this and seeing potential, her parents cut ties with the family they planned her marriage with and supported her to use her skills in engineering. Akira was very smart and quickly found herself at the top of the class and caught the eye of Cairo University. Once she enrolled, she wasted no time and began tinkering with all kinds of gadgets. After 2 years, she developed the first version of Copycat and saw the potential of it to be used as military weaponry. She presented her ideas, but was turned down at every corner. But Akila was a fighter. She planned a heist to sneak into the Octagon, Egypt's Ministry of Defense, and steal highly classified documents. When the time came, her device carried her deeper and deeper into the facility, where she soon walked out of the building unscathed. When the government made a county-wide search for the mysterious person who stole the files, she turned herself in. Akila knew the danger she put herself into, but it was worth a shot. The president found her heist brilliant and allowed her to join the Egyptian Special Forces. Within weeks, word of the heist spread to Rainbow Six, where they offered her to join. Okay, very long lore, but that's what we like around here, because one, I have a great vibe with the backstory. I like the come up, it makes sense. I like how it shows her intelligence, but also the risk factor she takes. You know, breaking into the Octagon to do all that shit low key. That's some life in prison type shit. But honestly, genuinely shows the use of Copycat, which I appreciate. I'm not gonna lie though, as an operator in the game, I could see it working, but at the same time, it's kind of broken. Now, if the operator could be used to disguise, but she cannot shoot while disguised, I'd be all for it. But again, we're going off of what we see, and what we see is not that. For in terms of balance, I'm gonna rate it like a genuine like 2 out of 10. It seems kind of broken, so I don't know if I would want it in the game. However, in terms of creativeness, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Because honestly, I like the idea. If it had the idea of just not being able to shoot with the clone, I'd be all for it. So Minty Pinecone, W submission, and so far I'm actually enjoying this. I think that's a fair rating. I think everyone can agree with me, at least hopefully. Next up is from Studio Mr. Fej. I'm sorry. Name, Grapple. Origin, Russia. Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, we have fucking Kabib. Okay. Kabib is in. He's a grappler, dude. We're over. Side, Defender. Okay, we went from attacker to defender. I'm gonna go over the weapons first. Weapons. The primary is the Steyr AUG or the AK-12. What is the Steyr AUG? What is that? Is that the normal AUG? I don't know. Secondary is the Heckler and the Glock 19. Gadgets, impact grenades, and nitrocell. Oh, Jesus Christ. Armor and speed, 2 and 3. So 2 armor, but 3 speed? Unless he means 2 speed, 2 armor. I'm gonna go off of 2 speed, 2 armor, because that's the only way this could actually exist. But let's get into the main ability. Ability, Grapple Repel. This ability allows him to shoot a grappling hook like Amaru that sticks to any surface. When it's shot at a wall, he's able to repel on the wall of the hook spot and slightly to the sides. Only slightly because of the hook being stuck in the wall. Okay, that makes sense. And of course can go upside down like repelling on attackers. If shot at the ceiling, he'll be able to stick to the ceiling and can only repel down. Thanks to it, he could get some crazy angles, spawn peaks, and unpredictable shots because no one is gonna check the ceiling. They'll always check doorways and corners, but never the ceiling. Gets only 3 uses. Okay, holy shit. So essentially, this operator in hindsight is the definition of off angles, like some random ass angle from like either way below or but this is like the opposite. This is like some high ground shit. I can only imagine some crazy tech. Off rip, in terms of angles, let's say you're playing in Office of Border. Everyone knows that the wall at the top does not go all the way to the ceiling. There's like gaps in the wall so you can like throw flashbangs and stuff. Imagine grappling up to the ceiling and getting a head glitch and being able to see like East Balcony or something like that. That's insane. Do I think it's broken? I'm not gonna lie, I think the primary weapons are broken. Having an AK-12 and an AUG on a defense, that's broken. Off rip though, I can see this being like a high risk, high reward type character because like the only thing that counters this, and it's a very easy thing to counter, is just by droning him out. But if you're caught off guard, this could be some like game changing shit. But let's get into the counters. Nomad, First one being Nomad. Her ability pushes him off his repel. That makes sense. Deimos, Jackal, and Dokkaebi destroys his element of surprise by pinpointing his location. So pretty much what I said. as well as careful droning. Okay, so exactly what I said. Literally, his counter is just intel. Kind of like Kavera. Kavera is like only useful if you have no fucking idea where she is. Countering. I'm assuming this means that she can counter these operators, or he. Sorry, he? Yeah, he. I'm assuming this must be Montang. If camping diffuser, he'll grapple to the ceiling and shoot him down. Oh, interesting. Most shield operators because of the C4 and unsuspecting players. Okay, so he doesn't really counter a lot of play. Again, he just seems like a fragger. Like, he doesn't have like a genuine counter. But shield operators, I feel like, would be the one thing that counter him, to be honest. Because, like, people, like, except for, like, Blitz. Monty should be a counter to him, actually. Because Monty's, like, shield goes, like, up a little bit. Like, over his head. So he can't, like, aim top down. Interesting. Lore. Grapple, real name Gustav, was a wall climber for years, but was drafted to a war. Since he had years of experience in climbing, he decided to use it and started using his climbing skills to take the advantage over his opponents. Very simple lore, nothing crazy. Not really a backstory on how this ability came to be a thing, but then again, it's literally just a grapple hook, so I guess he's not like the creator of the grapple hook, so I do like how he's a wall climber. That makes sense. So there is some pretty solid, like, there's a reason why he likes doing this. He's comfortable. This is where his comfort zone is, so I appreciate that. Overall, I'm gonna rate this character in terms of brokenness. 10 being, I love it, it's perfectly balanced. If I rate it a 1, it means it's too broken, shouldn't be in the thing. I'm gonna give this a solid 7. I don't think this is broken. I think it has potential to be annoying, but not broken. Hell, I'd even say like possible 8, but I'm a comfortable 7. The only reason I would rate him higher is if his primary weapons weren't an AK-12 and a fucking AUG. That's kind of ridiculous for a defense weapon. Even like a hollow AK, like no ACOG needed. That's an AK, bro. That's insane for a defensive weapon. Especially if you're holding off angles, there's just no way you're like losing. So that's why I'm gonna rate it a 7. Gadgets I'm fine with. In fact, I feel like if I was him, I would rather use like, instead of a nitro, personally, maybe like barbed wire or a proxy alarm. Impacts are cool because you can create off angles by breaking stuff. So that's interesting. Overall though, I like this a lot. Lore wise, I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. I wish there was more backstory, but it makes sense. I'm cool with it. But yeah, I'll be honest, it seems like a relatively good operator. I would not mind this being in this game. Can you imagine though, like you're playing bank and this motherfucker is just like repelled in the corner of like main lobby, just being a weird pervert looking down upon everybody? See, it would be so funny. This character would just be like some humorous ass moments. I appreciate it though. Studio W submission. On to the next from Sushionos. Name, Nike. Female, side offense. Why did you spell offense like that? Weapons, R4C and M4. Okay, already insane weapons. Secondary, SMG-12 and D50. What the fuck are these weapons? SMG-12 with the R4. This is Stompin's character. Like off rip. Like this is a Stompin character. D50 is like just fun, I guess. 3 speed. So 3 speed, I'm assuming, obviously gotta make it 1 armor. Ability, Lightfoot. This operator is similar to Cav, except instead of being silent, she is very light-footed. This allows her to walk over traps, gadgets like a frost mat, or even a Capkin if it is placed below knee height. This ability makes it so she is the perfect counter to many trap operators. Okay, that's the only description we get. I think everyone knows what I'm thinking here. It just sounds like Year 1 Ash, except now she can literally run through trap operators, including Capkin. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like Capkin should be the one exception. But maybe she's so quick that like she just doesn't, I don't know. Oh my god. It didn't say anything about like disguising the audio. It just said that she's so light-footed that she can run through gadgets. But I'm assuming she can only run through it if her ability is like activated, which I'm assuming also indicates that she cannot ADS while running. That would be ridiculous. So that her counter would in theory be un-ADS'd. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, part of me is like, I get it, but then other part of me is like, it just wouldn't work. In terms of like brokenness, I'm like stuck in the middle. I'm at a 5 out of 10. I think it's like, I could see it working because it doesn't seem like broken, but it also doesn't seem like balanced or good enough. The loadout is bullshit. R4C with an SMG-12 off rip is just diabolical energy. I just know for a fact Sushi wants this. He just wants it for the weapons. He just wants like a genuine brain dead operator. This gives me like Neon vibes from Valorant. Like it genuinely does, because Neon could be like, she can like slide under cipher traps and shit like that. So like it makes sense. I don't know. There's no lore, so I can't rate the lore unfortunately. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna let you guys decide in the comments. This just seems like a glorified Ashmane's genuine desire to want to play Rainbow. This is like a Call of Duty like operator. Like a brain dead Call of Duty player left this comment. No offense, Sushi, but that's what this sounds like. Oh my god, this piece also is Sushi. Yeah, 5 out of 10. I'm comfortable there. Thank you for the submission. Gives us a lot of train for thought. On to the next from Bobo Jones 5203. Oh my god. Name, Jinxy. Attacker, 3 speed, 2 health. Primary weapon, the SC300K. Or Pulse Shotgun. I don't know the name. Fair enough, I don't either. Secondary, SMG11 or Super Shorty. Already insane loadout. Is this an attacker? I have no idea. Hard Breach or Flash Grenade. Primary ability. Selling the bag. Okay. When used in-game, will put the baddest enemy towards your location. Jinxy will proceed to try and start small talk, but eventually sell the bag and kill the enemy. What the fuck? Essentially, it just targets the bottom fragger, so no real gainage. Is that the ability, guys? Are we just dissing Jinxy? Is that what this operator is? It's just a diss at Jinxy? This is diabolical energy. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is so fucking stupid, bro. I don't know. I can't rate the ability. Like, there's nothing to rate. Whatever. I'm gonna go on to the lore or the bio. Jinxy grew up in wherever he's from, so Florida. At a young age, he was interested in sports, telling his parents that he'd want to go pro for Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich? I butchered that shit. I'm sorry, guys. At the age of 10, his parents were offed. I don't know if I could say worse on YouTube comments. Jesus Christ! I don't know if this guy likes Jinxy or fucking hates him. But his mid to late teens, he coped. But from his mid to late teens, he coped by drinking and picking up women at bars. However, he always sold the bag. But once Jinxy turned 20, he realized he needed to do something with his life. So he joined the Marines through intensive training. After 7 years with the Marines, Jinxy left to create a special force, the Cardiac Johnsons. Oh my fucking god. He initially recruited Pulse, but later hired Smokey and Mute, and now he's a deadly man behind the weapon, but an even lonelier man when it comes to women. Might be. I'm not the best writer, so hopefully it's at least mid. Okay, so essentially what this operator was just, let's just diss Jinxy. We can't disrespect our boy like that. Chat, we know Jinxy gets bitches. Like, let's be real. Like, that's Jinxy, bro. Pulls more tail than an autistic kid at a petting zoo. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Keep that in if you want. I don't know if that's allowed. I'll let you decide. In terms of ability, I don't know. I don't think Jinxy be selling the bag. I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 10, bro. You can't be disrespecting the fucking savior of Siege. Like, you cannot disrespect my mans like that. Second of all, the lore. Why did we kill his parents? Like, what the fuck was that? Do we not like his dad? His dad is W as hell. So is his mom. Like, why are we dissing? Why do we want his parents dead? Like, what the fuck? Also, the diss of just recruiting Smoke and Mute. I know you guys are making fun of him for using shotgun crutches, okay? So what? A shotgun is W. Do you not know the players he's playing against? Bro, I would use I would use Legion shotgun if I was playing in his shoes. Are you kidding me? Lore-wise, let's give this a 0 out of 10 of the simple fact that he just killed Jinxy's parents. Like, that's just fucked up. Like, that's wild. Y'all are tweaking for that. Bobo Jones 5203, you need mental help. We're going on to the next. All right, from Team Gedhang. Name, Phobos. Have we not had... Isn't Phobos a fucking character? Isn't Phobos like the main antagonist? Right? He's the main antagonist of whatever... Starts with a K. The Deimos League. Well, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Male. Defender. Irish. 3 speed, 1 armor. Primary weapons. Maestro LMG. And the Panzer EG-220. I don't know what that is. It's a lever action shotgun when Phobos could do that spinny thing when not ADS'd. Okay, so he just wants a weapon that looks cool. What the fuck? Okay. Secondary. The ITA-12S, which is the, I believe, Mira secondary shotgun, and the Deagle. Solid. Gadget, C4, and bulletproof camera. Ability. God. Global opponent detection. Wait, hold on. That's kind of tough. When he activates his ability, any attackers that is in the view of any of Defender's cameras, even if there is no one on the cams, gets red pinged. Oh my... It's God's Eye! Yo, it's that gadget from, like, Fast and Furious, bruh. It's God's Eye. I think it's Furious 7. He has 3 uses of his ability and no cooldown. Pairs well with the ops like Valk and Mozzie. Gets countered by Knock and Deimos because he worked with Phobos and got some anti-scan thing, I guess. I like the I guess. Like, you're not even like sure about this shit. Okay, off the ability, I actually like this. This is sick. Did it say how many scans? I would genuinely go enough and say 2, but if you pair this with operators like Echo, BPs, Valkyries, Mozzie cameras, like that's insane. Like realistically, you can make this character just a pain in the ass off the simple fact of just having a bunch of intel out. Like Maestro camera, like that'd be wild. This is wild. I do like how Knock is a hard counter. Technically, Dokkaebi should be like the hardest counter. Like Dokkaebi should, I feel like if Dokkaebi were to kill Phobos, if she hacked his phone, would disable that ability, right? No, what it should be is if she kills Phobos, she gets control of the ability, so there's like a counter to it. That would be tough because Phobos can only activate it. So it would just turn the cameras because you're gonna hack the camera, but you would also get the god's like the god ability. I'm assuming affiliation is the Caris Legion. Okay, so that's what it's called. I like how lore it just says just what Kudos said about him. Thank you, God get hang. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Kudos. Chat, Kudos just clutched up for us. Overall, I could see this working like pretty well. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of balance. The lore is, I'm assuming is, I don't know the lore behind Phobos, but if Kudos talked about it, it's probably a fucking 10. So far, this is the highest rated operator we had. I like this. The primary weapons don't seem broken. Nobody ever complains about Maestro LMG, and the secondaries are just whatever. Yeah, I'm a fan of this. I can see this working out very well. As long as the Dokkaebi idea is there. Gadhang W post. Next up from Epic Rift X. Attacker Van, aka Jeff Lockhart, Wolfguard, place of birth Innsbruck, Austria, 1 speed, 3 armor, primaries G36C, the Alda, and the SG12, secondary Gone 6 and the Kratos 357, gadgets claymores and stuns. And here's the main ability: Sun Drone, a drone with a tube of chemicals that can latch onto teammates or walls and floors. Okay, wait, what? Okay, let it cook. Once latched onto a wall or floor, as well as acting as a camera, whenever a teammate goes near it, sprays chemicals onto them to heal them over time, similar to a Thunderbird. But when latched onto a teammate directly, it will inject them with healing whenever they are hurt until they are healed or it is broken. When on a teammate, it can be shot off their chest, and it also won't start healing them until they've gone 7 seconds with no damage. Doesn't apply to ones latched onto floors and walls. Oh, okay. Off rip, it just seems like a attacker-sided Thunderbird, but also with a mix of Finka, because you could pick operators to like place it on. This is interesting. I like the idea if it is attached to somebody, it doesn't activate until another 7 seconds, so you're not like healing over time gradually. So if you're like, if you want like a quicker heal, you have to get one that's like on the wall or the floor. So again, it really just seems like a Thunderbird with like an extra step, but I'm actually kind of for it because I fucking hate Finka players. Finka players like genuinely don't heal teammates on purpose, which just sucks. Well, I'm a fan of this. I'm like a genuine fan of this. I like this a lot, like a lot. It doesn't even seem broken, but let's get into the counters. First counter being BP cams, the BP cams EMPs, mutes, Legion, Solus, Maestro can shoot it off chest, Mozzie, Fenrir cancels out effect, Thorn, needles break the drones no matter where they hit, and Aruni. Gates will break it if walk through, but deal no damage to you. Oh, in a way, that's kind of a buff towards this character. Like, you can essentially tank an Aruni gate, it will just cost you your drone. That's interesting. How many drones does he get? I'm assuming it's 1 drone. It sounds like a 1 drone, maybe 2 drone max type of thing. Lore. Jeff was the son of a brilliant engineer who made a huge improvements in drone technology. Wanting to follow in his father's footsteps, he joined a top university for engineering in Vienna. While on a trip with his class to Canada to study their aircraft mechanics, a terrible plague hit his hometown, killing all of his family except his sister. Hey, real talk, before we break down the lore, what the fuck is it with you guys in killing people's families? Like, you guys have no hesitation in like the past concept videos of just murdering or like deceasing the family. Like, it is wild to me. At least the sister lived. At least that's a good thing. Who had chronic effects. On that same trip in Canada, he meets Thunderbird. Ooh, like I was saying, who teaches him about medicine and aircraft mechanics, leading him to minor in medicine, eventually helping him make a cure for his sister. Thunderbird invites him to join Rainbow, where she helps him develop the Sun Drone. To be honest, I just really want more healers in this game. I respect that. On attack, we only have Finka, and like I said, Finka players are selfish piece of shits, so that's cool. Thunderbirds aren't selfish. Docs are selfish. Rook is kind of not really selfish. Yeah, we need more heal operators. It's only one on attack, and it's literally just Finka. I like this a lot. In terms of balance, I'll be dead ass. It seems balanced. It doesn't seem broken at all. There's a lot of counters, like a lot of counters. I'm gonna give it a 10. It doesn't seem broken at all. It just seems like another like passive healer, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna give it a 10. The primary weapons are fine. The PG on attack would be interesting. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Secondaries are totally fine. I like this. 10 out of 10. Lore-wise, I'm gonna give it a 9. This is a 19 out of 20 operator. I am a fan of this. I would love this in the game. Epic, so far, in my opinion, has cooked. This is my favorite one throughout this video. On to the next. From Prism Eek 5696. Name, Spider. Female, side attacker. Nationality, Venezuelan. Playstyle type, support. I like when you guys give me the type. 2 speed, 2 armor. Loadout, the PP-19 Bison. We fucking need the PP-19 Bison. It is literally on the wall of Clubhouse. There's also an AK-47. Like, there's so many weapons. There's like an AK-47 as well. Like, it's so dumb. Why do we not have these weapons? And the M21 EBR. Okay, so it's like the MK14 EBR, but it's a different one. It's a semi-automatic DMR. So another DMR. Cool. Secondary is the FN57 and the Beretta 93R 3-round burst pistol. That is... Dude, I forgot about burst rifles in this game. People forget about that. Secondary gadgets. Smokes, claymores, or webbed impact grenades. Only available to Spider and only gets 2. That's a secondary gadget? That's not a primary. Okay, this is interesting. So this character gets 2 abilities. The webbed impact grenade, I guess this is going to describe the webbed impact grenade. So it says the webbed impact grenade is an impact grenade that does 0 damage when thrown. Instead, when it explodes, it releases her spider silk web in a 7-meter radius. The webs do no damage and slows all operators, including drones, except herself and her teammates. Much like barbed wire, but they make no sound. Okay, so there's also no sound cue for it. That's interesting. But she is notified whenever an enemy is within the webs, not by ping, but on the HUD somewhere. Oh, okay, so it's probably like equivalent to when you get spotted. It won't tell you where the drone is or the camera is. It'll just say you're spotted. I'm assuming that's what she means. Okay. Very similar to how Fenrir gets notified. Okay, so or like that. Okay, it's literally what I said. It's just text. The webs can be destroyed by an explosion, can be meleeed 3 melees, can be destroyed by any fire. 2-barrel canisters make you move even slower when within the webs, and moving through it makes noise. Okay. That's not even the primary. That's a secondary. That's the first time we ever got a secondary gadget. Primary gadget. The Spider Silk Repels. A bag of silk repels that must be placed on the ground and picked up in order for it to be used, like Rook armor. Interesting. When picked up, it replaces the default repel with the Spider Silk Repel, which is 75% faster, 90% quieter, and basically completely invisible. What the fuck? This... I haven't even... That's the ability? That's the whole ability. That's insane. I'm not gonna lie. That's wild. Imagine this on Bank, bro. Imagine somebody repelling Skylight. It's 90% quieter. So if you repel literally anywhere and you're like if you're not dead set on the repel, you're not hearing this. 75% quicker? Who are you? Fucking Usain Bolt? What are we talking about? If the percentages were like maybe 20% faster and maybe like 30% quieter, I'd be like, okay, cool. Off rip, wild. And it's invisible. So yeah, you can repel and they won't even see the repel. Like, people play off of swings because of you'll see the grapple. This is a window warrior. This is wild. I don't know how I feel. I like the secondary gadget way more in terms of balance than I like the primary gadget. Let's get into the lore. One day when she was a kid, she got lost in a nearby forest. Even though she was scared, she would let this get the better of her. She uses nothing but her own intelligence. Wits, and whatever she finds to make sure she survives and gets back to her family. During this time, she watched a bird get caught within a spider web mid-flight. She has been infatuated with spiders, specifically how their webs work ever since, creating all kinds of things with it and eventually getting the attention of Rainbow. Okay, so this bitch just likes arachnids, essentially. Like, that's what I'm getting at. Lore-wise, I think it's cool. Solid. Like, I'm gonna rate the lore 7 out of 10. It's like, it's creative, it's just cool. She's just like a weirdo. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, she just likes spiders. Like, She weird. I think if you like spiders, you're a weird person. That's just me. Primary gadget, bro, I'm gonna rate them both separately. Primary gadget, in my opinion, is broken as shit. That's a 1 out of 10. Okay, if the percentages were what I said, I would rate it like a solid 7, maybe 8. But we're rating it as is, 75% faster, 90% quieter. That's a 1 out of 10. However, the secondary gadget, I like it. As a secondary gadget, it doesn't seem broken. It seems like a quick way to get flank denial. It's like another Claymore, but with minus getting kills or any sound cue. I would rate that a solid 8 out of 10. I don't think it should be able to notify you. That part's kind of ridiculous. I think meleeing it is the audio cue. Overall, though, that's where I rate it. The interesting concept. Hey, at least in this one, no parents died. That's cool. On to the next and the last. From Promise Y2K. Operator idea name, Falcon. Nationality, French, 3-speed, 1 armor, attack. Loadout, the K1A has ACOG. Or the Supernova, underrated shotgun. I already like the loadout. The K1A with an ACOG on attack, that makes sense. Defense would be bullshit. Secondary is Thorn's automatic secondary. Cool. With frags or breach charges or flashes. Okay, so that's the gadgets. Ability. He can summon a clone that runs forward, clearing the way. If the defenders shoot the clone, they get pinged 3 times. Then the defenders can see that the clone has no uniforms, headgears, or weapon skins. Cooldown. The cooldown is 15 seconds and you cannot spam it. Counters are mute, Fenrir, and bandited barbed wire. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, not dissing. Their commas were needed in this shit because I don't know where the fuck to start. I'm just gonna slowly break it down with you. I think we can all agree that was confusing as hell. So it's a clone that you can send forward in a direction. Do you know what this sounds like? This sounds like the hologram from Halo Reach. So it does not clear abilities. It's strictly like a mobile alibi clone. It's like the mix of alibi as well as Yana. That's pretty much what the sound. It's literally just he mixed both operators. Interesting. The cooldown is 15 seconds, so you cannot spam it. I like that. So it's, again, yeah, it's very similar to Yana mixed with alibi, I guess. Or should I go over to the origin? He came from the same place Deimos came from, as they are brothers, and Falcon had a hard grudge against Vigil Mira. Oh, okay. That you lore, I guess. So he just grew up with Deimos. And he just fucking hates Vigil Mira for like no reason. I love how like we've had some like in-depth lore, and then this guy's like, yeah, he's just friends with this guy, but he hates these guys. like what? Going off the ability, again, it's just a glorified alibi mixed with Yana clone. However, I like it. Weirdly enough, it just seems like a quick response. Like when you're Yana, you have to like, you know, be in a safe spot. You have to call in your ability, and then also it doesn't get pings. So people are going to shoot your clones. It never pings. This one is pretty much like a quicker Yana. In fact, this is in theory what Yana should have been. It's like a better way to clear corners and shit because everyone is going to shoot no matter what. Everyone shoots alibi clones for most part. Most people shoot. I will once in a while. It happens. You're going to get caught. This just seems like a better Yana. And honestly, it doesn't even seem broken. I like this more than Yana. Yana's quite like very team oriented. This is like the solo queue version of Yana. Like it'll help everybody no matter what. In terms of balance, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. In terms of lore, I'm going to give it just a 2 out of 10. Off the simple fact, I think it's just funny. But I can see this actually being in the game. I can see this kind of being almost like a rework towards Yana. Again, it just seems like that. It just seems like a Yana alibi. I think we can all agree. I don't really know where else to go with that. New submission from Promise Y2K. But that's pretty much today's video, where we just reviewed your guys' concepts. I thought I actually picked out 8, but we just did 7. The video is already quite long. I would do another one, but I'm going to save the rest for the next video. If you guys want to join these videos, there's 2 ways to do it. Like I said in the beginning, comment down below your operator idea with everything I said in the beginning. Just follow this list right here. As well as join my Discord. You can also share that directly with everybody in the community. It's really up to you. Regardless, like the video, like I said, 2,000 likes, and we'll be sure to get another one out. Well, we're going to try to theme it. I know I said I was going to theme it last time. I didn't pick these, hence why they're, you know, we're reacting to it together. But I hear the outro music queuing in, so let's play that bitch.
Digging that, Go, go, go.